The passage that I'll be analyzing comes from Act 3, Scene 2 of The Merchant of Venice, written by William Shakespeare. This scene takes place right before Bassanio makes a decision of choosing a casket from the three, which will decide if Bassanio gets to marry Portia or quietly leave. The main idea of this passage is how love can be blind, and there are always consequences to love, like having to sacrifice things that are beneficial to themselves. Because right now, Portia is not satisfied with his father's will of marrying one man from the choices given, and has chosen a man that she doesn't really know. The man that has come was always wealthy and was high in position that suited her image. However, because all she could see was Bassanio and only wanted to be with him, she sacrificed her guaranteed future. From the first few sentences from Portia's dialogue, we can already feel her love toward Bassanio and how she is hopeful that Bassanio will choose the right casket. So this quote, "If you do love me, you will find me out." By seeing how she can describe their relationship with the diction love without any hesitation, it certainly shows Portia's trust in Bassanio and her love toward him, and how she believes that the love between them will help him choose the right one. And I highlighted this quote because I liked how she used the diction swan to describe the song that would be played if he didn't make the right casket. It tells us that the connotations of the word swan to her is sorrow and sadness. This was one of the dialogues that would have surprised the audiences because for other men that was in the choices, she was happy that they didn't choose the right casket. But her attitude flipped, and now she's talking about how much she wants him to choose the right casket and how much she'll be upset if he chose the wrong one. The next one is, "My eye shall be the stream and watery deathbed for him." This phrase is connected to the phrase above because Portia continues describing the emotions she will feel when Bassanio fails. So by describing her tears as a stream and watery deathbed, we know that Portia is telling him how she'll be terribly upset if he doesn't make it, which also kind of portrays her current affection toward him. And she also represents her tears as a stream and a watery deathbed, which seemed like a hyperbole and like kind of exaggeration to me. And this, even as a flourish when true subjects bow to a new crowned monarch. I tried searching for the more simplified definition of the song, and this was what I came up with. Majestic trumpets that blare when subjects bow to a newly crowned monarch. Which we can know it is extreme happiness just by the diction crowned and monarch. They are both people that are honored and respected. Maybe she's contrasting them with Bassanio and how she will love him and respect him as her husband. And these three diction was kind of surprising to me. Dulcet sounds, dreaming, bridegroom, marriage. I really liked the diction because these are words with connotations like sweet, dreamy, joyful, and they served as a main phrase that expressed her love toward Bassanio. And we could really see how she is dreaming of them marrying already, and she can just see them being happy together. This I just highlighted because how she uses much more. It gives emphasis to the phrase of comparing their love with folktale characters, like in Roman time. She's confident with the amount of their love and how deeply they're in love that nobody can beat them. And the next quote is, "Go Hercules." I really liked how she used this character to describe Bassanio because it really tells us a lot. Like connotations for Hercules is like masculine, strong, heroine-like figure. And maybe it tells us that Portia thinks him as her hero because now she won't have to deal with all like the candidates that didn't even satisfy her, like the Prince of Morocco. So that was also interesting. And "live though I live" with much, much more dismay. It also further emphasized on how much she loves him and thinks he loves him back, and how anxious and worried she is right now of the decision Bassanio will make. So this passage does build curiosity for the audience and makes them impatient to know the result from the casket picking, because Portia has made such strong points in her dialogue that shows affection toward Bassanio. So through this passage, we are able to further understand Portia's affection and how they are deep in love. We are also able to know that Portia's character wasn't just about mocking other people and being racist and not being easily satisfied, but it was all because of this one man, Bassanio, that was caught in her heart and always wanted to be with. Thank you.